You people. You people just can't get enough, can you? I killed Lydia, I killed Miko, I killed Braith, get fucked, and you guys want more blood? You know what? I get it. I think it's just human nature to want to complete things. Knowing that the world of Skyrim isn't empty after killing almost 2,000 people, knowing there's this looming task to clear out the rest of the people, it's kinda driving me crazy. Also, apparently you fucks don't know how to use Google because you keep asking about the Ebony Warrior. Dude, he's DLC. He's not in vanilla Skyrim. People are like arguing with me about him being in the vanilla game. Like, Revel, buddy, I promise I'm not lying to you. Just please look it up. Brain rotting comments aside, you guys are right. I can't quit here. I've committed to this mission, and I think after giving it some time, I'm ready for round 2. So, where were we? Oh yeah, I killed myself. Right. Well, I didn't kill the NPCs in Sovngarde in the last video because technically they're already dead, but this time there's no mercy. Let's clean up Sovngarde. The first obstacle is Soon, someone who straight fucking spanked me in the first video. Well, I thought he would be an obstacle, but he didn't fight back, which, believe it or not, made killing him feel worse somehow. After Soon, there's nothing standing between the Hall of Valor and Dump, the Terror of Tamriel. You guys like that one? I made that up. Anyway, much like Soon, the heroes inside didn't even fight back. I tried to get them to attack me so that this would be fair, but they outright refused. Maybe it's because they're already dead or something, but regardless, with them not fighting back, it was over pretty quick. And now, with me essentially being God, and nobody around to stop me, I can return to the world of the living and continue my reign of terror. Oh yeah, some of you were asking about the courier and if I killed him or not. Well, I sure did, and now he won't leave me the fuck alone. His dead body just spawns and tries to talk to me, but he's dead, so I can't even leave the conversation. I would be annoyed with it if it wasn't so funny, and creepy, honestly. So there's 3 DLC, and I think I'll start with Dawnguard. Dawnguard is the DLC I'm more familiar with, and I also wouldn't mind having Serana around. To get things started, we travel to Dayspring Canyon, and hey look, a victim! Well, I'll just get rid of him now, so I don't have to do it later. Oh shit, they're attacking me. Wait, why are they attacking me? Okay, well it turns out, through some cosmic knowledge, the Dawnguard know if you kill Agmaer, and then they'll attack you, so I had to go back and let him live.
You're here to join the Dawnguard too?
For now. I met up with Isran and Tolan, and they sent this brand new recruit to a cave where presumably vampires are doing something very suspicious. Sounds like something you probably shouldn't let the guy that's been part of Dawnguard for like 30 seconds handle, but whatever. So I head to Dim Hollow Crypt, and sure enough, there are a bunch of vampires that are, sure enough, doing something sus. So as I'm making my way through the crypt, I start encountering more Draugr than vampires. It's cool when you get to see other NPCs fight each other, especially when it means that it's not my head that they want on a stick. Near the end of Dim Hollow, there's a vampire who was actually able to take quite a beating. Well, I didn't say he survived the beating. Reaching the end of the crypt brings you to this big room where something important is obviously supposed to happen. Moving on a bit past these vampires, there's a little button you can press. Because I'm Super Dragon Hitler, I'm not afraid of a little button. Ow. Fuck. Move these things around to the right spot and you'll be rewarded with... Excuse me. Like the gentleman I am, I agree to bring her home. And her home turns out to be a castle where the vampire lord Harkin lives. Oh, and he's her dad. Oh yeah, she's a vampire. Some serious daddy issues going on here. Anyway, for bringing Serana home, Harkin offers you his blood, so you too can become a vampire lord. I'm not a virgin, so of course I said no, but he didn't like that very much and banished me from Castle Volkihar. Don't worry, Harkin. I'll see you again. Also, it might be Harkon. I'm just saying Harkin, alright? You go fuck yourself. Returning to Isran, he'll instruct you to go find a couple of his old friends, Serene and Gunmar. Gunmar needs help fighting a bear, which, to be honest, is a little embarrassing. But even worse, Serene needs you to walk 2 fucking feet and grab her a dwarven gyro that she says mud crabs took. Mud crabs. Are we sure we need her? After getting the gang back together, Isran tells you that a vampire came to the fort to see you. Huh, okay, well, where's the vampire? I don't see anyone. I didn't get a new quest. And this is when everything came tumbling down. I don't know how, and I don't know why. It might have something to do with killing every other character in the game, but this quest is broken. I tried console commands, I tried redoing the mission like 80 times, I tried starting from the very start of the Dawnguard quest multiple times, I tried spawning Serana in to see if that would help, I tried resetting Isran's AI, I tried disabling him and enabling him again, I tried starting every quest in the game, I tried completing every quest in the game, I tried taking Lord Harkon's blood and that didn't work, I tried literally every solution I could find on the internet, diving deep into threads from like 2012 to find an answer, but all I found was a disturbing amount of Skyrim porn. Jeez guys, Pornhub is free. I spent literally 16 hours trying every solution possible to make this work, but it just wouldn't happen. So for now, I'm gonna put Dawnguard on the back burner and see if doing some other quests will magically fix things. So there's 2 other DLC for me to do. Hearthfire is super small in terms of NPCs, so I'll get to that later. But for now, I need to head to Solstheim. I don't know if I'm saying it right. To get there, I need to take a boat from Windhelm's docks, but it turns out I killed the captain. Oh wait, no, he's alive now. It took me all of 2 seconds to hate this place, but I was excited to explore some areas I had never really checked out before. On my way to a quest, I met this wizard, and holy shit, he can fly!
What?
Oh, no he can't. I arrived at the Temple of Miraak and met Freya. With Freya, I went through the temple and—
Are you ready to help me now? We should check these rooms for supplies. We must be careful in these rooms. Miraak was trying to take power here. I thank you for your protection on me.
Oh my god, Freya, shut the fuck up. She won't stop talking. She's also a loser-ass pussy.
I'm not going down there.
It would be foolish to attempt it. Do you know who I am? At the end, I found a black book, and upon reading it, I was transported to a place called Apocrypha. And this is where I met Miraak. Okay, so he may not be the loser fake I thought he was. In fact, he's actually pretty swag and kind of intimidating. Not a whole lot of people left who can intimidate the guy who literally committed genocide. It feels good having someone stand up to me, like a middle school bully, but instead of stealing kids' lunch money, I cut the heads of their parents off. And now someone's threatening to cut my head off. I like it. After all this, we go to the Skull Village where I meet Freya's dad, Storn, who she doesn't shut the fuck up about.
We must tell Storn what we have seen.
And he sends me off on another mission. Now, honestly, things get pretty boring for a bit, I'm not gonna lie, but there is some cool puzzle action going on that I kind of enjoyed. Definitely wouldn't want to do this as many times as I've done things like Bleak Falls Barrow or Skuldafn, but it was neat. At the end of these ruins, there's a second black book. In this book, we meet Hermaeus Mora. Now, I want to be totally transparent. I cannot, as much as I would love to, kill this guy. There is, based on my research, no mod that exists to kill him, and it is not possible in the base game. Unless one of you monsters out there can make me a mod so that I can kill him, it just isn't gonna happen. Carrying on though, this guy blows dick. He just talks so much. Basically, the gist here is that this blob helped Miraak obtain his level of power, and he's willing to do the same for us if we help him out first. He wants the secrets of the Skull Village, and believe it or not, Storn is willing to give them up. That is, if I help him out. I'm realizing that this is just how the game works. You need to accomplish something, but to do that, you need something, and to get that something, you need someone's help, but to get their help, you need to help them first. And it just kind of goes on like that until you've ultimately reached your goal. But when looking at it from this top-down perspective, I'm not sure how I feel about it. Anyway, Storn needs you to cleanse the rest of the stones, which really isn't that bad, but then when it's time for him to give up his secrets, it's, uncomfortable. He essentially just gets tentacle fucked by Big HM and, then dies.
Go! My father sacrificed himself so you could destroy Miraak.
Oh my god, Freya, shut the fuck up. Not everything's about you. With Hermie happy, I get the shout I need to take on Miraak and make my way to Apocrypha to challenge him. There's this part where you ride a dragon and fight some enemies, which in theory is like really cool, but when you don't really use magic, it's kind of awkward and boring, but I do appreciate the effort they put in here. After clearing the field, it's just me and Miraak. Oh, and his dragons apparently. While fighting Miraak, he absorbs dragon souls that presumably make him stronger, but honestly, he didn't put up the fight I was expecting. It was a really cool fight though. I can say I thoroughly enjoyed myself, and I think this DLC is pretty neat. With Miraak and his dragons dead, that's the meat of the Dragonborn DLC down. And with that out of the way, I'm gonna go explore a little bit. Check out the towns, slaughter some cultists, live the life of an adventurer before I turn this place into one big graveyard.
Excuse me, but the temple is for followers of our faith alone. Outsiders aren't welcome here.
Not yet, John. You'll kill him in a bit. Okay, I've had enough adventuring. I think I'm ready to start killing people. And boy did I. Starting with these chuckle fucks, they may have been werewolves, but now they're This script is terrible. Where is your life, wolves? After taxidermying them, I met the love of my life, General Falks Carius. This guy actually put up a great fight. Not often in one-on-one fights will someone manage to make me heal, or even really try. He hit like a truck and ate them like a champ. Unfortunately, I did have to kill him, but I just wanted to make sure that everyone out there knows that this guy's cool. Cool weapon too. So thus far, I've been using Wuthrod, a great axe obtained as part of the Companion's quest line, but then I saw her. God, this thing is hot. Look at the shape, look at the color, and it shoots like fucking lasers? This thing is what I want to use to finish this off. Wuthrod has been real good to me, but it's time for Wuthy to kick her feet up and let Blood Scully take over. Gonna have to work on that nickname. I did a little more questing, and then I figured it's time to make my first big move, taking out the Skull Village. I'm starting here because I think it's a good amount of NPCs to take out at once, and I've already done all the necessary quests for them, so it's back to what I know best, slaughter. They really didn't stand a chance. They got pretty owned. This isn't anywhere near the emotional crisis I had to deal with in the first video, but it definitely still feels wrong. After decimating the skull, I moved on to Tel Mithrin, where I realized I didn't actually turn on my mod. Does that mean that the Skull Village people aren't essential? I would have assumed they were. Anyway, with the mod on, I can kill this guy now. Well, that didn't fucking work. Let me try that again. Well, that didn't fucking work either. Shout out to Bob Bobbert for giving me the fix for this, but now I should be able to kill this guy. Heh, nice. After that, I found this group of dorks and figured I'd help them get their home back, and then I killed them in it. At least they got their house back, right? With that done, it's time to knock out about 90% of the remaining characters, and these characters are all in Raven Rock. Raven Rock, from what I understand, is basically like the capital of Solstheim, so the population here is very dense. They honestly put up a pretty good fight, especially Captain Velith, but you guys get how this works by now. I turned this place into a fucking ghost town. There were way more people than I thought there was gonna be, but now that Raven Rock is empty, there's only a handful of people left. There's one NPC I know you guys are wondering about. One NPC that stands above the rest in the pantheon of warriors that came before him, and his name is Old Salty. It was quite the battle, but in the end, I came out on top. After Old Salty, I finished up the NPCs in the Dragonborn DLC. Now it's time for me to move back to— wait, what's that? I forgot someone. I forgot two someones. Shit, well I guess I'll save these two for later. More fun that way. Anyway, it's time to head back to the mainland and take care of this headache that the Dawnguard DLC has turned into. I was really hoping that this quest would fix itself, but after running through it again, it just wasn't happening. So this is where things are gonna get a little soft. I'm not gonna give up here, I've come way too far for that, but I will need a little help from a dirty girl known as the Console. Using console commands, I can teleport pretty much anywhere and find NPCs that are locked behind the main Dawnguard quest. I figured I'd just sort of trek on as if the quests were still going, so that means our next victim is Dexion, I don't fucking know. Now like I said, things are gonna be pretty scuffed, janky, a little stinky even. You see, Dexys does not exist in the world at this moment. He's not where he's supposed to be because the progress you make in the quest is what determines his literal existence. So technically, I could just not kill him because he already doesn't exist. But then you people would bitch and moan about how I didn't kill everyone, so here he is. Spawned in by the godly powers of console commands and murdered just after being brought into this world. Before I keep going through the main quest, I'm gonna go around a little bit and find some of the Dawnguard NPCs that are scattered throughout Skyrim. I arrived in Riften looking for a member of the Thieves Guild, who it turns out I had already killed, and was confronted by an Imperial army. Honestly, I thought for a moment about surrendering and going to jail so that 1, I wouldn't have to fight an entire army on my own, and 2, I would be left alone by the guards. But looking at all these soldiers, I realized something. I have killed Jarls. I have killed dragons. Godly dragons with insane powers. I have literally destroyed an entire nation single-handedly, and I was not about to stop now. So after a long, admittedly tough fight, I managed to slay them all. After that, I felt pretty unstoppable. With this newfound confidence, it was time to get back to work. I traveled to the Soul Cairn using a console command and killed Serana's mom. There's a dragon you confront in this area, but he's not here because the quest stuff hasn't triggered him, blah blah blah, so I spawned him and killed him too. Then I realized something kind of funny. There's a couple named NPCs in here that are, for lack of a better term, ghosts, and you actually can't hit them, meaning I can't kill them. I couldn't do it with a console command either. What I can do though is disable them, sending them into the ether where they are forgotten to time. Honestly, it's probably worse than dying. And before you ask, yes, I killed the Reaper, I killed Arvak, kinda, had to disable him. And after all that, I was done with this shithole. It's time for another shithole. This is probably the jankiest this video will get, but there's a couple NPCs that I need to take care of that are part of the main quest, primarily Verther, Gelibor, and the twin dragons Naslarum, and Voslarum. Fuck me, I hate not being able to read. So again, using console commands, I was able to get to this area to confront Verther, where things got a little crazy. Apparently this guy was ready to rumble because he just kinda acted as if I had done the quest up until this point, and he kept talking as if Serana was with me, and you know what? She was with me! Where the fuck did you come from? Well, fortunately for me, that means I can kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Okay, 2 vampires with 1 shout. Actually, I shouted them off separately. I wanted Serana's death to look cool. Like I said before, I'm not nearly as torn up this time around, but I didn't enjoy killing one of my favorite NPCs that Skyrim, or really any game, has ever produced. R.I.P. Serana. I did, however, enjoy fighting the 2 dragons right after. They use the ice to mask their attacks, which is pretty cool, but I do kinda wish that they took more of a beating because as soon as they would land, they got shredded pretty quick. It was a cool fight though. Then the last piece of the puzzle for this quest, Gelibor. Turns out I can't hit Gelibor. Great. Disable. Goodbye. And believe it or not, with them all dead, there's only 2 groups left for me to kill. The Dawnguard and the Volkihar vampires. That sounds like a fucking baseball team. I wanted to save the vampires for last, specifically Harkin because he's a smug prick, much like myself. So that means Dawnguard will be the first to fall, and fall they did. I didn't like killing the Dawnguard folks because just about every time I've played through this DLC, I've sided with them, but it was an interesting experience going up against them for once. Especially after doing the start of the first couple quests so many times. Okay, you know what? I'll tell the truth. This game has broken me. I did enjoy it. Fuck Skyrim, fuck Dawnguard, fuck you. No, not fuck you. You're cool. Unless you were one of the motherfuckers asking about the Ebony Warrior, then you can go fuck yourself. After Dawnguard, all that's left for this DLC is the castle full of vampires, Castle Volkihar. Hey, so remember in my last Skyrim video where I said this? I also did the mission where you follow this guy, but in the middle of it, I scooted my chair back and hit my power strip shutting my computer off and corrupting that recording. Would you believe me if I said I did it again? I killed all the vampires and then I lost the recording. That's okay, I'll do it again so that you guys don't think I'm capping, but man do I gotta find a better spot for that fucking power strip. The vampires were much tougher than any other group I had faced thus far, including most of the vanilla game, but just like the rest, well, here's the result. This one I really didn't feel bad about. I always hated vampires in this game because I was usually a werewolf, so I just had some beef with them in my literal blood. But this time around I wanted to make sure Harkin looked like a dumb loser, and I'd say that he does in fact look like a dumb loser. So now that I've killed all the Dawnguard NPCs and all the Dragonborn NPCs, almost, I only have Hearthfire left. Here's the funny thing though, I've killed all of Skyrim, so I can't go and buy a house to hire the people that actually appear in the DLC, so technically they just don't exist in this universe. But again, I don't mind spawning them in just so that you people can't say I didn't kill them. So like I did in the last video, I traveled to the Cecellum of Boethia. I spawned in the NPCs that I had left to kill, and most of them were pretty weak, so it wasn't all that exciting. But that's it for Hearthfire. I killed all the kids that are part of the DLC already, so it was pretty fast. Okay, now for the last two NPCs. Okay, wait, I lied. Here's me killing the spirit of Hermaeus Mora. I told you it was gonna be fucking scuffed. Okay, goodbye. I know you guys only clicked on this video to see me battle Old Salty, but I think some of you were looking forward to these two as well. The first one I'll fight is Karstag. Karstag is a big frost troll boss monster who I've never actually fought before, but with a literal country's worth of bodies behind me, I'm really not that scared of this guy. Okay, I take it back, I'm scared. I think it's time for a little training. Cue the montage. I definitely leveled up in a very fair and legit way. I did not use console commands. To even fight the last NPC, you have to be level 80, so I trained until I reached level 80. Hopefully with this newfound strength, I can take on Karstag. I'll show the fight in the background here, but I gotta say, this is one of the coolest and one of my new favorite moments I've experienced in all my time playing Skyrim. Karstag didn't just make me try, he made me nervous. If you can't tell, I really like being challenged, and damn was he a challenge. Thank you, Karstag, for giving me such a cool and refreshing experience in a game I've played and loved for so long. If you're still here this late in the video, please, for Karstag, give me an 07 Karstag in the comments. 07 is like a salute, by the way. It's like a little guy doing a salute. I'm saluting Karstag. In the end though, Karstag died just like the rest, and that leaves me with just one NPC left. You and I have both been waiting for this for quite a while, so please, enjoy my battle with him with no commentary from me. He was tough. He was really cool. He was, like Karstag, very refreshing. The Ebony Warrior being the very last living unique NPC feels kind of poetic to me, because you're only able to fight him when you're near the end of your journey as Dragonborn, and this for me is certainly the end. Ebony Warrior, thank you for the great fight and for giving my YouTube video more interactions. As for me, well, I've already killed myself and that didn't stop me, so I think I'll take a little rest. After all my fighting and all my killing, I think I've earned it. Thank you guys for watching, I really appreciate it. This is the largest project I've ever worked on and will be a tough one to top, but I will certainly keep trying. Also, you don't have to comment and tell me I forgot someone. I promise you, I got them all. If you didn't see me kill them in the video, it just means I didn't find a way to fit it into the script without making these videos like 12 hours long. Again, if you're here, thanks for being here. Drop a like and a sub and all that, yeah, you guys get the drill. And with that, for now, GG's everybody.